just joining us, we are waiting on a few players who are currently occupied by other games, so there is a small bottleneck. We are doing draws for the matches that we can. Currently drawing Hints versus Skeeter.
Take it to the max. Make a selection.
Okay, so it looks like our next available match, we're going back to the winner's bracket. Winner's semifinals. This is Hints versus Skeeter. So we are deep enough into the tournament that higher level charts, so 25s and above, will start appearing. You can see one of those in the draw right there. And then 21s are gone, so nothing below 22s for matches like this. So Skeeter protected Heaven on Earth, while 22 mostly just focuses on like funny 64th swing rhythms, probably going to be a timing check. Hints protecting Light of the Bumblebee, while 25. That will be a stamina check, which will probably be an extra stamina check on these pads because it is very, very humid here and they are extremely sticky, so hope they are warmed up. And then the tiebreaker is Viawase, because who isn't going to be happy after playing Flight of the Bumblebee? Warming up with a classic Eurobeat tune. Got added to the game a few months ago. That was their warm-up. Hints with a yellow combo. Skeeter with a few errors here and there. Might need to readjust. Thankfully, the next song is actually probably a good bit easier physically. Certainly not to time with all the swing it has, but it'll certainly be a sufficient warm-up. Song 1, Heaven on Earth, Wild 22. So this has swing, and specifically it has 64th swing, which is not quite as drastic as 24th. So, like, you know, you can see those green notes on Skeeter's side, or they're kind of like teal on Hintz's. It's a bit more gentle than 24th, but still very noticeable. And if you don't lock in, you're probably going to get a lot of yellows. Hintz appears to be very locked in. Skeeter looks like he's got a couple yellows. Hintz is still white. Skeeter's still doing okay, just a yellow here and there, but it's very hard to compete with a white combo. Like, unless Hintz does something dramatic, he's probably going to take this.
Barring no unforced errors on Hintz's side.
Right. I mean, he's got to be pretty locked in at this point.
T-swag. But 2 on that. 1 on the last step too, but
Yeah.
2 on Heaven on Earth is pretty insane.
Yeah.
And then Skeeter himself got 6, so that's a really good count too.
Yeah.
He picked up
like,
early at the very end, so these margins are razor thin. Oh,
Right.
almost got the Pixel Fly the Bumblebee.
The what?
Oh, my bad. I'd rather play that one.
Hence, I'd rather play Pink Fuzzy Bunnies. And real quick, shout out to whoever donated to the Naturino. I see we went up another $20. Appreciate you very much for contributing to our prize pool. Yeah, this is I want to say the first 25 that's appeared in this tournament so far.
I think that's right. I haven't seen any others.
Yeah, this is the first range. The winner's semi is the first range that's eligible to be drawn in.
Right. So getting one right off the bat, and not even like one of the easier ones either.
Yeah, this one's very stamina intensive, and you have to be really, really good at drills.
Yeah.
And it's got a lot of really tough transitions with the center panel ones too. So if you're used to drilling in other games, you have a lot more travel time between the different panels. Whereas like going from like left, center, right, it's a very small distance to travel your feet around. So it's a very, very fine adjustment
You
to
need
do.
a lot of control for this one. Like, it doesn't move around very much, so the patterns are not as tiring as they could be, but you'll really have to lock your form in to like score well on this.
Draw, card draw.
You guys are going to be going up next.
And what's at stake here? Winner of this will go to winner's final.
And be guaranteed at least top 3 in the overall event. So, Hintz with an early white combo, but honestly, this intro does not matter very much. These jumps are not trivial, but they are not the meat of the song.
Especially that center one.
Yeah, those are
Good start
weird
so far.
patterns.
Skeeter did go to 25, kind of how we win recently, so
Okay.
he's pretty well
All right,
patched
here we
on.
go. Yeah. Hintz going early, but Skeeter picking up a couple misses, so that is the trade-off here. Like, if your options are hit slightly early, but hit all the notes. And
Now look at
go
the
for
form
all
difference
of
between them. You see, Hintz has more of like his knees are up above the panels. Like he's kind of like really has his lower body out for these drills. And Skeeter has a bit of a wide stance.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see like he's really digging his knees out.
Yeah, Skeeter's kind of leaning back into it.
Yeah, it's also probably like stamina conservation thing too, just to get through the song.
And Skeeter's, he's
gassed
had
out.
enough bees. I mean, that was most of the runs, but yeah. I guess
This
save
one's
all
pretty
the
rough.
energy
This
you
one's
can
pretty
at
rough
this
to
point.
play.
Yeah.
Wow, look at that no bar play.
And Hintz will move on to winners finals. Peter, still in it, will be in losers.
Semifinal.
A bit
the
later.
losers quarter, I want to say.
Yeah.
The 5th place match.
Yes, a 5th place match.
Yes.
Probably too early to say who he will end up.
Kelma 1 asking, is Jelly Slosh in? Currently, yes. Jelly Slosh will face Paranoia Boy in winners semifinals. So
I believe they might both be up in comp.
I think so. Yeah.
So I think we're stalling a bit for time on that one front.
A little bit. But we have other matches we can run on the lower side.
Yes, we do.
MCAT and Pilot seems to always happen in the losers bracket somewhere. They just always end up facing each other like magnetic. So that'll be fun to watch. They both have very interesting complementary strengths. Pilot having just a fair amount of he's got probably the biggest appetite for very strange
Nope,
charts.
we're going into P-Boy versus Jelly Slash.
Ooh, okay.
They are
okay,
here.
so looks like we are going straight into winners semifinals. Other match, Paranoia Boy versus Jelly Slosh. It's our 1 seed versus our 4 seed here. So far, Jelly Slosh having advanced 2-0 against MCAT, and Paranoia Boy getting her card draw pulled up there. Ooh, go 60, go. Fascinating. Paranoia Boy also advancing 2-0 against Pilot. So both players on a hot streak. Not a song loss in sight, but I believe we will begin to see something along those lines in this match. I guess we'll have to. So, looking at the card draw, Paranoia Boy protecting the spicy 24, go 60, go. It's a chart with a little bit of everything. We have foot switches, crossovers, swung notes, like syncopated notes. It's just kind of a bit of a potpourri of the chart. It's one of my personal favorites, and with it looks like both players taking a moment to do their classic pose. They've been facing each other in pump tournaments and SMX tournaments for quite a long time. I think I don't want to date anybody, but well over a decade at this point.
Really?
Yes. So that pose, they actually again.
I already did.
Okay.
All
Awesome.
right.
So we're back.
We're back.
Are back. Sorry about that. OBS crash because
again.
we were bossing too big.
We got a bit of a Michigan classic theme song, I guess.
Big Boss belongs to the world.
Big Boss belongs to the world.
Michigan is also part of the world,
But
but we're all just big bosses here. So the Big Boss warm-up looks like maybe selecting an edit on Paranoia Boy's side.
Oh.
Speaking of, we have to swap the names.
hold on.
And I definitely know how to do that, but
Actually, the DDR tool got
DDR
fixed.
tools actually can do that. Amazing. It's,
I need to find the right match.
oh, that's the one. Swap player positions.
Yep.
Ah, perfect. I love DDR tools. Such a great resource created by Cathadan.
Shout outs to Cathadan.
Absolutely.
Seriously.
Tools like DDR tools make our events possible. Anyways, turning our attention back to what's going on screen here, we have a 26 stamina edit, I believe penned by JJK. Players getting loose to play Go 60 Go. It's looks like non-stop. Jai Pai apparently at Casa de JJK, tuning in from the
Oh, hey.
House of the
Hello,
Author.
JJK.
Greetings. So, both players now limbered up. We will begin with Go 60 Go. Paranoia Boys protect.
I always, honestly, there is something just so thrilling watching people go at these hard charts because, you know, I really play down in the easy category for SMX. So seeing how fast people have to get for the 20 range and let alone a 24.
Yeah, the 24s in SMX are where the technique begins to set one apart from the competition. Things like brackets, foot switches, crossovers become more commonplace, all of which will be on display in Go 60 Go, which is sort of a, call it a text sampler. So we get started right off the bat with some gotcha mines into our swung section here. Syncopated rhythms with the yellow and the teal swing notes. Both players hitting it pretty good. Jelly Slosh picking up a few perfects and Paranoia Boy holding on to a lead for the moment. A few crossover gallops applied here with some brackets interspersed. Foot switches, and both players nail it. Nice. It's almost too difficult to even call out every piece of tech that happens. They'll go by so quickly. But I'm a big fan of this chart. It's I think it's structured very well. It flows along with the flow of the song. The brackets out of streams are nice punctuation. Some tricky, in the minefield here we have the foot switches interspersed with just normal double taps, so you have to have your brain turned on to interpret those. We've got the syncopated rhythms following the clavinet bass in the background with some swung notes. And here's the stop, some mines. Paranoia Boy holding onto a pretty solid lead here, and we're not quite out of the woods. There's some nice slow crossovers into some holds and ascending. We'll see actually both types of approaching these patterns on display with Paranoia Boy double stepping and Jelly Slosh committing to all the crossovers. And Jelly Slosh, I think when it crashed it flipped the names back, so we'll have to update that, sorry. Luckily we can just do that through the
I got it.
hard draw app.
Sorry.
Paranoia Boy taking the song, a 13 perfect PFC, very impressive. No mines, nothing.
Wrong option.
And we're back. There we go. Next we're gonna find out that switching the names crashes OBS. We'll see.
No, I used it earlier. That wasn't it. I think the computers just had some hiccups today with the long streams.
Yeah, we've been going for quite a bit.
So, also, thank you to everyone watching that's stuck with us through the technical hiccups.
Despite a little bit of setbacks, we've stayed remarkably in momentum, getting through some matches, trying to minimize downtime on the machines, just constantly be pushing ahead in the brackets. And we will be continuing on. Oh, something happened. Looks like so both players accidentally selected the edit for bubbles, which I'd be curious to see, but sadly, maybe not sadly, but we'll be playing the wild chart, which is actually, I think this is one of my favorite 22s as well. I'm a big fan of actually all three songs in this set. It looks like this is not the first time Beat It has snuck in as a tiebreaker. Both players vetoing on Paranoia Boy's side, We're Getting Faster, and on Jelly Slosh's side, Dance Boom Boom, to arrive at Beat It. And Jelly Slosh starting out very strong with a white perfect combo.
Don't commentator curse it.
I mean, we're already a few arrows out, so we'll see. There's several charts in SMX that employ this rhythmic technique here with straight 16th note syncopations interspersed with swung notes, the purple swung 24th notes. Still very close, but Paranoia Boy pulling slightly ahead after a very strong opening by Jelly Slosh.
It's amazing how just one or two hits can totally alter who's in the lead. SMX scoring is very tight.
A little bit of a break here with some mines and runs. Back to swung rhythms. Tied. Both players are currently tied. Oh my god.
Oh my god! They actually tied the whole
They
song.
cursed themselves by doing that pointing pose at the beginning.
Oh my god.
So as far as their pathways forward, if Jelly Slosh is able to take Beat It off of Paranoia Boy, then we will have to do a tiebreaker song.
Which I
basically,
believe is just we do one draw and
yeah,
pick
so
one.
essentially since both players get the same score on a tie, the song result is essentially thrown out, and it doesn't contribute to the win-loss, or I suppose it contributes equally to each player's win record. So in order to establish the best 2 of 3, we're going to be doing, I guess, best 2 of 4 this round. If Jelly Slosh is able to close out Beat It, which this is going to be an interesting one, because I know, well, both players didn't necessarily want to play it enough to protect it, but they didn't not want to play it enough to veto it, at least not over the other 2 songs.
I still don't think they expected the tie.
Oh, I mean, we never do.
No.
Especially with SMX scoring being contingent on basically sub-perfect accuracy. Like basically the higher your accuracy is within the yellow combo window, the higher your score.
Oh,
so
yeah.
ties are actually pretty uncommon compared to DDR, where it's just flat numbers of points. So starting out strong, I can actually hear Jelly Slosh's footsteps through the pad mic, loud and clear. Jelly Slosh is a very heavy stepper, and right now he's trying to hang on to that timing to hopefully extend it out to a 4th song. Currently picking up a few lates while Paranoia Boy holds on to a white perfect combo. Paranoia Boy picking up 1 perfect after turning during the freeze. So a few sneaky lifts on the end of some of these holds. Both players addressing those very well, and Jelly Slosh keeping his accuracy together. As we enter the final stretch of this song, we have some interesting tech where there are implied 16th foot switches on those runs there. Both players hitting it, showing their chart knowledge, but ultimately, Paranoia Boy pulls ahead with I believe that's a flag, a 1 perfect PFC.
Indeed it is. 11 to 1.
Which is crazy that 11 is losing, but that's just the point we're at in the winner's side of the bracket. Congratulations to Paranoia Boy, moving onwards to play against me, I think.
Yeah, I think it's you.
And Paranoia Boy will be facing each other in just a little bit.
Yeah, it's
Next match being queued up. We'll get that pulled up on stream here. MCAT versus Pilot in losers round 3.
StepManiaX.
And we've got that assigned to the cab, and the name positions are correct.
Select your difficulty.
it
So
looks like it.
Let's. So actually, one of our sponsors just walked into the building. Jim from Barcade, the arcade, stopping by to preside over the.
It's time for a card drop.
All right, Andrew's going to drop off for a card draw.
Yeah, so this is hints. I need to draw against Paranoia Boy, so I will be signing off for the moment. Good luck to MCAT Pilot, playing Pilot's favorite song, Stop and Go, as a warm-up. Their set looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. And I will get my head in the game and do my best to represent Michigan in my next match. Signing off for now. It's been fun to commentate. And I will see you all on the dance stage.
Oh, this is an edit warm-up for them. Oh, I get it. I get the gimmick, and I don't even play this game much. It is all red and green notes. Oh, boy. Oh, man. That's hysterical. Anyway. We have our first song coming up, Press Start. Definitely one of the more fun songs I personally prefer as a lowers player. It's just kind of, I'm a big chiptune guy, so it kind of hits that niche. Oh, it looks like one of the DDR matches just had a, 2EX differential. So, sorry if that was a little loud for you guys. But anyway, MCAT versus Pilot. That is a lot of mines. But both players hitting everything with all they got. Especially those small bursts there. Another one. Up. Leads are switching. Pilot picking up a, I think that was an early there. And now joining me on commentary, Sim Snowstorm.
Hello, everyone.
All right, that concludes Press Start. Both players with the full combo. MCAT with the win.
And up next, it looks like we have the Rainbow Rave Parade. Very, in a way, a little tricky 24. A few foot switches in some of the streamy patterns.
Yep, so next song up is Rainbow Rave Parade. Step up in difficulty. The press start and running in the 90s are 23s. Rainbow Rave Parade is a 24. So a little more of a challenge for the players. But as we've seen in most of these brackets, the skill is really close. You are getting...
And both players doing a masterful job getting through these foot switch streams. Both nailing the crossovers. Cat still pulling ahead a bit.
Into this breakdown section.
More foot switches. Beautiful job, very clean.
And Cat still holding on to the lead. But it's gonna be close.
Just enough. MCAT will
Just
take it.
enough. We do not get to see running in the 90s. But look at that. That is a
Wow.
tight difference. 10 yellow perfect difference. I mean, we've seen matches where both players have single-digit yellow perfects, and outside of the one tie, it's been neck and neck all the way through. All right, MCAT takes it.
Yeah, great job to MCAT. Moving on. Great job to Pilot, putting on a heck of a performance.
I think there's gonna be, oh, no. We are going straight into Melchior versus T-Swag. Card draw's coming up right now. We have a pocket pick.
Oh my.
Melchior pocket picked Hanky Panky. T-Swag protected Rock Me Forever, and the tiebreaker will be a sign.
Hanky Panky is a very interesting choice for a pocket pick. You know, just a few little twists and turns in some of the galloping patterns and triplets.
I think the real interesting thing is
Selected difficulty mode.
Rock Me Forever is only a 21. So that's on the low end for the pool, I believe. But it's still like, obviously it's no joke. It's a level 20 plus in SNX. But when everything's been 23s and 24s, seeing a 21 crop up and not get vetoed is kind of a bit of an outlier, it feels
In a way, yeah.
And just as a bracket update, the next matches are Paranoia Boy and Hints in the winners final. Skeeter and MCAT will be one of the next losers quarterfinal, and we're pending results for any other matches in the bracket. Remember, you can also do !bracket in the chat, and you will be able to get a link to our Start GG to check the bracket for yourself. There's also there's one other command, and I'm blanking on it, for getting all the streams for Midsummer Melody going on right now. We have Pump, we have DDR. 2DX has concluded, so has Dance Rush. Voltex, I believe, is also still going on. And while we are still in the warm-up. Again, our shout out to our sponsors, Arcade PvP Arena, Arcade Online, and Red Note Gaming. Thank you so much for sponsoring this event.
And just another reminder that, speaking of Red Note, this September they will be hosting a new StepManiaX tournament as well as a Pump It Up tournament in an event called Red Shift, very much named after the song in the game. That'll be out in Las Vegas, Nevada. And we're going straight into Hanky Panky.
Malkier loves songs that have tech and have a real focus on timing and throwing weird timing tricks at the player.
And this song definitely has it all.
Malkier's specialty is absolutely timing.
But is getting a little bit of earlies in the streams. Malkier
Again,
still
this
pulling
is a
ahead.
pocket pick, so I fully expect a bit of a lean-in advantage towards Malkier, but I totally could potentially see T-Swag going as best they can, but also looking to pulling ahead in following two songs.
Both players nailing the roll. Beautiful job with the rolls. Malkier will take this one.
That one early right at the start.
It happens. You think that your feet are well enough apart from the center panel when these fast trims come up, and sometimes it just slips.
Oh, so if you notice on your screen, the cap high score for this song is an APC by Malkier. So that's interesting.
I want to say she got it recently.
Now again, this is a 21, so it's definitely a step back in some ways from what was just played in Hanky Panky. So this is absolutely going to be a battle on accuracy.
And right now,
It
doesn't get much more accurate than this. We're halfway through the song. It's still tied. Both players holding APC.
All right, here comes some more offbeat notes, it looked like. But
Oh no, T-Swag
Oh,
picks up the
no!
first perfect.
oh boy!
Malkier still holding APC.
Nope,
Oh,
there that goes.
there's a commentator's curse. We're tied still. And we got a tie.
Oh my God! They tied it. Woo! second of the tournament. We just saw that a couple matches ago with Paranoia Boy and Jelly Slosh. But man, that is a photo finish there.
That was incredible. And both players holding the APC for so long through the song.
It must be a sign. Take your time.
And again, we're back up to a 23. If Melchior wins this, the match is over. But if T-Swag manages to win, we will have to draw a tiebreaker song.
T-Swag does pick up a couple of early yellows, but we are still very early in the song. Oh, Malkier picks up a miss and a late in some of the triplets. T-Swag taking the lead back. See a lot more jumps in the middle of the pattern. Both players nailed the rapid jumps clean. Great pad awareness. Those triplets can definitely trip up some players, give them a few earlies if they're not careful with their footing. T-Swag will take it. T-Swag tied at one apiece.
One apiece, and we will need to redraw a tiebreaker.
All right, I need you both to come here. No. All right. Here's how this is going to work. I'm going to remove your pick from this song, and we're going to redraw this song specifically. Whatever is redrawn is No, I'm redrawing this. No, I do that. That's what you're playing.
Oh, wow. Oh, boy. The redraw has chosen Ecstasis. Yes, indeed, it is overtime. And it's going. And it's gonna be a nasty one.
It's gonna be a fight.
Just from what the player reaction was when it was drawn, but is what it is. They rolled the tie.
So Ecstasis, one of
So
the
now-
more recent songs in the game, as of a couple of patches ago. Very streamy, and one thing that they will have to watch out for about 1/3 of the way through the song is a slowdown.
Yeah, I did see that on the card draw that it has a 70 BPM section. So that looks like it's a halftime section because listed BPM is 140 as well.
T-Swag still holding an APC as we get through these rolls, and here comes the slowdown.
He picked up yellow perfect coming into the BPM change. Still holding the slim lead.
still manages to hold on. T-Swag will take it.
T-Swag will. SMX has a brutal score system. Look at that. 1 early, 5 yellow perfects to 15 yellow perfects. It is a dog-eat-dog fight out there to keep moving on.
Malkier did a really great job. Performance just had a few extra yellows in some of those slowdown spots. Did very clean on the drills before the speed up. But T-Swag just had the higher accuracy run there. But great job to both players. T-Swag will move on.
And next up, ladies and gentlemen, we have our winner's final match. Paranoia Boy versus Hints, a callback to the winner's final, I believe, of the original Love Arcade, one of the first SMX tournaments here at Round 1 Great Lakes Crossing. And I know they were definitely up against each other in grand finals. I just don't remember if it was also winners finals.
It's very possible.
Select player difficulty.
These two players have a great story going on. Paranoia Boy,
Here we go.
since Red October 2023, had gone on a 1-year streak of winning every StepManiaX tournament that he participated in, taking some of the
Seriously, I didn't know it was that much.
taking some of the big tournaments. B-Hops, he took CEO in 2024. He took Beast in the East, I believe.
All right, since it is cut off because this is a best of 5, the 2 vetoes were Black Magic, vetoed by Paranoia Boy, and Destiny by Smiley, vetoed by Hints. So potentially all 5 songs you see on your screen will be played. Rad, Bleep Bloop, The Beginning, Paradise, and Set My Heart on Fire.
Also, is this our first 26 of the tournament?
I'm not 100% sure. I'd have to go look at the pick history.
But yeah, just to continue on the stories here, after Paranoia Boy defeat at Red October 2024, Hints started climbing up the ladder, taking second in that tournament, and then going on a tear, starting to win all the tournaments in 2025.
Oh, Be My Hero is a warm-up, so I imagine. Oh, it looks like it's an edit chart for both of them. So,
Oh, interesting.
I imagine they'll.
Oh, wow, I like the techniques there with the foot switches.
Oh.
Bursts.
Hints is noticing something with his pad work. All right, stand by. I have to go take a step away. I will be back. Hold down the fort, Zip.
I will do my best. While we do some technical work, I just wanted to personally come on and apologize for my abrupt exit earlier. Some things were happening physically with me, with my foot. I'm somebody that is not very used to playing on arcade cabinets. 'Cause I don't get to travel to arcades as much. And I have to readjust, and I was using a lot of force during my DDR tournament run earlier. And at some point, the pain in my left foot was getting bad with my toes. So ultimately, I made the decision to drop. So I want to give a personal public service announcement. You know, we love doing this. We love these games. We love the physical exercise, you know, the competition. We love this community. But one thing we need to remember to love is our body, and to respect our body and listen to our bodies.
I'm not a TO for this.
The one thing that we do not want is for somebody to overexert themselves and cause themselves serious injury in these games. Because we want to see everybody constantly come back and keep having fun, keep getting stronger together, keep having amazing tournament matches. So yes, do yourself a favor and listen to your body.
Your side good? Do you need anything?
Yeah, while they keep
What we
working
playing first, Brad?
the pads, we'll go ahead and once again give a shout out to
Sorry, I muted the wrong mic for a second.
I was about to give a shout out to our sponsors again while we waited.
Yes. I believe just because they adjusted the. Oh no,
We're going into it.
we're going into it.
Yeah, while they do that, once again, shout out and thank you to our sponsors, Arcade Online, Varcade, and Red Note Rhythm Gaming. And a thank you again to all the Round 1 staff here at Great Lakes Crossing in Auburn Hills, Michigan.
Both players double checking sensitivities and making sure they're comfortable with it, especially after a small little pad adjustment. It's kind of amazing how pad sensitivity can be such a fine art. for it's really impressive how some players can notice, you know, just the ever slight differences. It's crazy to me.
When you play as long as these players have, it becomes a very key element. As far as I know, it's been amazing that this, from what I've seen, has been the only time they've had to do any kind of pad maintenance.
For SMX, I believe so, yeah.
Holding a very small lead.
both players really fighting hard for this. Paranoia Boy maintaining this. Oh, nope.
The lead has changed hands.
The lead has just ever so slightly tipped back into Hintz's favor. You can see it flickering.
This is going to be a nail biter.
Coming into the last hold. Hintz takes it. Wow. Very, very tight match there. So, oh, right, SMX scoring. Both players have 13 yellow perfects, but as you can see in that graph, Tony, Paranoia Boy, his perfects are a little bit wider than Hintz's.
SMX scoring system, how does it work?
Just very, very tight.
Here we go into unlocking achievables for all you Xbox fans out there. With bleep bloop.
Again, Hintz double checking his comfort with his pad. All right,
Here we
let's
go.
go.
Time to get hit with the bleep bloop.
Some machine noises from Tokyo Machine.
Clean 24 drills. We're about to start seeing quite a few foot switches. Very nicely done.
Uh-oh. Hey chat, is the stream still up? We just had a screen blip, so just trying to make sure. All right, thank you.
Paranoia Boy still holding the lead. We're about to start getting very foot switch heavy.
I believe I saw Hintz actually practicing this pattern on the test screen to make sure he was ready.
That he was, and I saw it flicker again, but this time it's in Paranoia Boy's favor.
But again, this is a best of 5, so we're still going into the beginning. Oh, wow. That is a 1 yellow perfect difference. And point-wise, it was pretty close, too. I didn't miss the total point differential if the scoring windows came into play there.
Oh, if they could just scroll one more to the right.
For which one?
For our only 27 in the game.
Max 428?
Yep.
Okay.
But that is not in a draw, so we are going into the beginning. So very much one of the more stamina demanding of the 326s. I mean, they're all very stamina demanding, but each one is unique in a way. But the beginning is definitely the more stamina draining of the three, and this is that it probably feels the longest because you are just going with almost no stops in the steps. There's the sportsmanship bump, and we are a go for the beginning. Crossovers in the stream, catching hits. Drops a few yellows. Paranoia Boy very clean with the crossovers. But he picks up an early in some of those little twists. But here we go, we are off to the races. It is all steps here on out. No breaks.
But it is still a tight lead. But still in Paranoia Boy's.
No, they are flickering.
There
it's
it
back
is.
and forth. As we approach the death run at the end,
no.
Paranoia Boy picks up a miss.
Whoa!
Hits with the yellow full combo and the win.
18. God dang.
Just absolutely mind-boggling.
Just an absolute rip. Absolute insanity.
Paranoia Boy held on to that lead for so long in the song, but just once the sideways pattern started coming in towards the end, picking up just a couple of earlies, gave Hits the advantage, the leverage he needed, and just ripping in that 24th death run. Now we're going to Paradise, one of the qualifiers for Midsummer Melody. Hits up with the lead 2-1 right now in a best of 5, 3 out of 5 series. Can Paranoia Boy tie it up here on Paradise, or will Hits punch his ticket to another grand final?
Paradise by Smiley. Will it be a ticket to Paradise for Hints? Or will it lead to setting hearts on fire? Yeah, let's get some smiles in the chat. Smiles in the chat. Smiles in the chat.
almost don't want to talk for these moments. And sure enough, I see why. Commentators curse. Oh, Paranoid Boy picking up an early.
Was that an early or a late? I didn't see it.
Actually, it might have been a lead. Beautiful job on the bursts. And still holding the lead, still on a very clean streak as we reach the end of the song coming up. Hence will do it.
Both full combos, but in the end,
Yeah, it was a lead
that
on Tony's part.
one late. That one late is the difference. Look at that. Look at those graphs. Look at those graphs. I think actually, even if Tony had gotten that late, I think that there's that one other perfect in his graph that might have made a difference on score. But is what it is.
But even
Game
so,
is
it's still
game.
A very impressive performance.
Kids takes the set, and we are moving on, moving right along.
Congratulations to Hintz. He has punched his ticket to the grand final.
Next up will be Skeeter versus MCAT.
Select your difficulty.
And I do think I have to do a swap the players. All right, so for MCAT versus Skeeter's loser quarterfinal, we have Move It, Groove It, protected by MCAT. Speed Over Beethoven, protected by Skeeter. Running in the 90s as the tiebreaker. Over the Top was vetoed by MCAT, and Night in Tokyo was vetoed by Skeeter.
But more importantly, we have Big Boss for a warm-up. Let's get a Big Boss in the chat.
Big Boss.
What a joy it is to consistently see this song get picked in a tournament, even just as a warm-up.
I'm gonna hop off. This is Audio Coaster signing off. We have another great commentator joining us shortly.
Meanwhile, I'll still be sitting here for a while. As they choose to just stick with a half warm-up, conserve energy for this crazy set. Going straight into some Sam I Am. And joining me at the commentary booth is one Pilot. How are you?
Mr. Sim Snowstorm, I have a question.
I
What
may have an
happened?
answer.
What happened in winners finals? Hints 3-1 Paranoia
I'm
Boy.
still processing it.
I heard that beginning run was pretty spicy.
That was a very spicy run. Paranoia
going
Boy
to the-
holding the lead for quite a while, but then just having some problems in the little sideways sections towards the end. Gave Hintz enough of a leeway to take the lead, and Hintz just destroying the 24th death run.
So that being said, enough about me being behind because I spent far too long in the unfathomably long round 1 drink line. MCAT Skeeter losers quarters, game 1.
Skeeter is still holding on very strong. So that they had picked up a couple of earlies, some of those little tricky patterns close to the center.
Yeah, I know. You don't see Skeeter a lot in tournaments because he's got lots of obligations and little time to play the game. But he's a formidable leaderboard presence. And right now, he is playing befitting his rank. Coming into the last quarter of the chart, you're going to see some really intense 24th bursts mixed in.
Uh-oh. Skeeter did pick up a couple of yellows, and now the lead is flickering. MCAT.
Skeeter drifted a little late at the very end there, and MCAT clutches it out. A showing most impressive.
Now we're going back to the old DDR era. Speed over Beethoven, one of the most popular, one of the most popularly played songs back in the day.
Yeah, very nice little revival this chart got. A little more difficult, very befitting the music. Definitely doing this old Extreme era Dance Mania license justice, if you ask me. Yeah, seeing as this is Skeeter's pick, I have to imagine he's got to be feeling pretty good on this. He has a lot of history playing as much in the game as he possibly can. One of the couple of handful of us now who work on APCing everything. I imagine he's probably got a really solid score on this, if not the job done. But MCAT's been playing hot every tournament she gets to. A couple of sessions here and there, but she's a very consistent top 8 presence. See how they do? Neck and neck out of the opening.
Very clean gallops for both players. Still neck and neck.
Ooh, that
Skeeter.
early.
Yikes.
But he's holding really tight on timing for the most part. Picks up 2 more earlies in the run there. I think his heart no longer seems to be in it.
And MCAT will take it.
MCAT moves on to top 4. And Skeeter makes his exit at 5th. A respectable showing.
But a great run by Skeeter.
I believe this ought to warm him up good for DDR. I believe that's his next venture here at Midsummer Melody. So yes, while we're waiting for our next match to come up, I'm not sure if we've had a chance to talk about it recently, but I will go ahead and do so regardless. So I want to take a second to shout out our Matcherino. So !, Matcherino, the most recent Nightbot post. You can donate to our prize pool for this tournament and help grow it out. So looking at our recent contributions, thank you again from Mr. MJ, Maestro G, local player and event organizer back in New Jersey, $20 contribution. Thank you so much. Appreciate what you do for our local scene in the area, and thank you for helping out the community here in Michigan. And a huge, huge thank you to Revo Man, another SFX player, with the $200 donation, the largest so far at this event. Great to watch this afternoon and evening. Looking forward to seeing how it ends up.
Okay,
Thank you
let's
so
see
much
what you can do.
for your generous
Select
donation.
your difficulty.
Much love. And that being said, we are going to move on to T-Swag Jelly Slosh on the loser side of bracket. The Jelly Slosh has just informed me that he made top 4 and Pump It Up.
Oh,
So
wow.
I wonder if he's going to try and make a run for top 4 here too, and double crown if possible.
I'm definitely not underestimating him in that regard. He's been a very strong player in Pump It Up for a long time. Recently returning to the game and just smashing in tournaments,
Oh yes.
doing really well. I think he made top 3 at B-Hop Ball.
And T-Swag, I think needs no introduction in the SNX scene at this point. One of the game's most prolific doubles players. Recently got a machine of his own and has been working on singles a lot, including the lower level grind as it is. So I think we're going to see T-Swag turn into one of the strongest players around. So while they're getting their warm-up in, Jelly Slosh is playing the hard boss to save a little bit of energy to just get acclimated back to the game. We have a double pocket pick. Very fancy.
Oh, wow.
And Jelly Slosh is going to open us up with the newest addition to the level 25 collection in this game, Pure Ecstasy. So that will be the tournament debut, to my knowledge, of this new song. And T-Swag, man after my own heart, pocket pick of Melancholy Vision. I know Jelly Slosh has often expressed that he struggles a lot with slowdowns, so this is definitely a very potent pick to pull out. And we do this dance as the tiebreaker.
Yes, if you still have not had an opportunity to check out the charts from the latest update, the latest big update, and you are in for a treat here with Pure Ecstasy.
This gets me so excited. This is a super energetic song. Really gets you pumped. So yes, let's give it up for, I believe, the first showing in tournament of Pure Ecstasy. Unless this happened this weekend at Storm, but I don't think it did.
No, I don't believe it did.
So while T-Swag is an extremely proficient full mode doubles player, full mode in this game, doubles and DDR, very well suited to do like those kinds of crossover patterns you see. I definitely think he has comparatively less experience on singles, and sometimes you see that when a clip center or otherwise doesn't time as well as he does on doubles. But still a formidable player holding on to a full combo at the halfway mark of Pure Ecstasy. Jelly Slosh is ahead ever so slightly, but it's just a smidge. It looks like Jelly Slosh picked up a couple of really noticeable yellows at the end of the intro. It's a very slim margin, so still within margin of error, if need be.
T-Swag unfortunately picked up a couple of yellows himself right after the break.
That's like alternating to the 4-note pattern, now giving way to these longer runs at the very end.
Oh, but Jelly picks up an early.
Picks up an early, but he's going to close it out by about 250 points, thereabouts. Yeah, certainly great new song, great new chart. Does not disappoint. Gave us a nice, close match to cap off the beginning of this set.
So yeah, I get melancholy vision. Starting, if I remember correctly, starting off with a few 12th note runs into a slowdown.
Yeah, Melancholy Vision goes between different modes of syncopation and a couple of slowdown sections that are brutal, incorporating a lot of center panel twists and the crossovers. Very challenging 24 at the time, as there's a lot to keep in mind for it, starting with this opening slowdown run. And now into this gallop section. Or triplet, I should say. It's not really gallopy. So Jelly Slosh actually got the opening run completely clean.
Oh, but he got a late.
Both players picked up an off judgment there. But the real test of judgment is going to be this slowdown, which is so hard to time. And T-Slag wrestles back the lead on that slowdown, and now it's into a very close trade. Into the hip breaker.
Very nice job with the step jumps here.
Yeah, Jelly Slosh has a very slight lead so far, but that's to keep in mind. We're now coming into an extended slowdown section, something he is notoriously weak at. All right, into the ending center panel twist. Oh, look at T-Slag's legs moving. All right, not out of the woods yet. There's going to be one more hip breaker crossover pattern to close the chart out. And both esteemed four manures make it to the end, and T-Swag pulls it off by about 300 points.
Excellent job.
Yeah, very good, precise pocket pick to make, knowing that he can kind of claw back any deficit in those slowdown sections. Jelly Slosh's yellows really clustered around those slowdowns. Sending them to a game 3.
And we go on to We Do This Dance. Another old Pump It Up revival from the Exceed and Zero era. Although I believe it was called something else on Pump It Up.
Power of Dream, I believe.
Yes.
By the way, I just received a brief visit from the owner of Arcade PvP Arena, one of our Steam sponsors. Came to express his gratitude for our event and its production. So, appreciate you. You go back and watch this video. Glad to see you. Good to see you again.
Thank you for coming out. Thank you for supporting this event.
So yeah, let's do this dance for game 3. Jelly Slosh is a little off on his timing right at the very beginning. Granted, I made a similar mistake when I played this earlier, so I'm sympathetic, but that's not the position you want to be in against T-Swag in a game 3 situation.
Well, not with tournament life on the line. Trading punches a little bit.
Yeah, it looks like so far, though, Mr. Swag has been keeping it super clean. I see very few yellows from him. We'll see what happens in this section with the little burst mixed in.
Both players nailing the rolls. But we are coming up to the very end of the song here. T-Swag still ahead
I got to be careful though, because up down run, and you want your form to be well positioned such that you don't clip those mines. And T-Swag pulls off what I think probably qualifies as an upset victory over Jolly Slosh.
Wow.
So what a statement to make.
It's the hat, isn't it?
I bet you he's got the swirl inside the hat.
You know, great job to Jelly Slosh. Put up a great fight. Impressive performances.
You know, you can walk away very happy with the 5th place placement in this game. Yeah, T-Swag looks very happy about that one.
So now,
I think Jelly Slosh is probably just relieved to be done ultimately. Aren't we all? All right, so
I will agree with that. Maybe not under the greatest circumstances for myself, but again, like I said, I listened to my body, and that was the most important thing, because you do not want to risk enhanced injuries. But
you don't want to get too many injuries. They'll take you out back to the Seacoast post.
wow, I was not ready for that. That's just rude.
Hey, listen, you're not the only person who had to play that today. I came up in a couple other draws. I think T-Swag got it twice. He's been taking people out to the post. He's going postal. All right. I'm going to go ahead and get our card draw up on stream. Let's drink glass is so tall you can see in the commentator cam. I just shit that off to the side for now.
Yeah,
Let's keep an air of professionalism about this top 4.
absolutely.
Okay, MCAT going for the Protect on Dom Daddy Doo. T-Slide going for Glowing in the Night. Leaving up some of the 24s. Okay, there goes Total Nuclear Annihilation. That's kind of the low ball of this draw. I can see getting rid of that. My life is so crazy, get that out of here.
Yeah.
All right, Speed King will be your tiebreaker.
Speed King's a pretty good 24. Very stamina heavy, but nothing too crazy.
I think every difficulty range needs something that's just straightforward, you know, emphasizing the physical aspect of the game. No frills, no nonsense, just here's notes, here's patterns, hit them.
Exactly. Now it looks like we're going straight into it.
Now, both these players have been playing recently. I don't know if MCAT's been still alternating between DDR and SMX as much as she has been previously, but no need for warm-up from T-Swag because he just came off of a set.
So
All right.
here we go.
Dom and Daddy Doo. You know, if only this was set to like 1.3x so we could get the real Nightcore experience.
But we
Although I
don't get the key change with the rate change in this game.
No, I think they resample the song and they don't, it doesn't result in the squeaky pitch change that you get.
Cat picking up a yellow, the lead shifting back and forth now.
Yeah, I think we're going to keep this close again. T-Swag's got a lot of experience on doubles. You can see he's doing all the form, but I think he kind of plays with a wider, more awkward stance for singles at the moment. The The more he plays this mode, though, the better he's going to get. Ooh, and the margin's less than 100 points coming out of that run. That's MCAT squeaking out the lead into this outro. We'll see if that holds.
And it does.
MCAT takes it. Both players hex it, which is super exciting.
Double hex. Very nice.
Yeah, 8 to 4. Great low perfect count for both players. Yes, glowing in the night here for game 2. Very foot switch heavy chart. So you're going to see a repeating pattern of arrows where you want to hit the same note but with your alternating feet to keep the motion going. That's super close. Now you're going to start to see the foot switch patterning creep in.
You really have to pay attention to try to go with the sounds of the song because you have no bass or kicks whatsoever to go off of. But both players handling it very well.
Yeah, you're going to see that similar foot switch patterning come back into full effect here. Yeah, some of these you kind of have to do almost this like candle-esque movement with your feet in order to resume the pattern. It can be very tricky at the time. T-Swag still holding on. There's going to be one last foot switch in this chart off of center arrow that's super difficult. Right here. Light work for both players. As T-Swag is going to take game 2. 3 is very impressive on that.
Oh, absolutely. But now, I feel the need for speed. As we go to our tiebreaker.
So are we going to see a Speed King or a Speed Queen crown in this game 3? Let's find out.
I'm too excited. I do not want to make a prediction. Such a clean run for the opening streams.
Yeah. I know we say a lot of times this is a very straightforward chart, but some of these 16th runs that really incorporate center panel, you need super good footwork to make sure that you don't flip anything early. And at least personally, I find I attempt to overcompensate for center panel, and that's where I lose accuracy on the song. But these players are really bossing up right now. MCAT holding on to a very slight lead, both players with the gold combo at the halfway mark.
Has started to shift.
T-Swag is a little bit ahead as MCAT went super late in that little break section. But there's still about 20% of the score's worth of chart left to go.
T-Swag will take it.
Wow.
Very, very awesome job by both players.
Yeah, I remember, I think I played against T-Swag at Red October, and Speed King came up, and he crushed it. It was that or another player who crushed it 2-1 perfect, so definitely a chart that he's demonstrated ability on before, if my memory serves me correctly. And T-Swag punches his way into top 4, I believe, so I'm going to take a second to
I think that was
blow up the
to go to losers final. So MCAT should be in 4th.
Yeah, we desperately need to refresh this page. Yeah, okay, losers final. So T-Swag is guaranteed 3rd. He punched his way into top 3, not top 4. My mistake.
It happens. It's been a very long day and a very long weekend.
All right. Mr. Suffer, I agree with what you say on principle, but it's worth noting, comparatively, he has not played a lot of singles. Granted, he's getting there. He's got his own CAD now. He's grinding singles. He's going from the bottom up. He's developing the fundamentals. I think in time we are going to see another real contender for victory. We may even see it today, because honestly, he has been on a hot streak.
He's on fire.
Yeah, he has the honor now of playing against Paranoia Boy in order to claim a victory in losers final and make his way back into grands against Hints. That being said, where's Tony?
That is a good question.
It looks like there's still spectators over by Pump It Up. I see a T-Swag walking off into the distance. Shameless plug, Bite in 4 weeks. Better see some of you there. I'll be there too.
Be there. We're watching.
You want more of me on the desk? You want more of me in the TO seat? Go to Bite. Beast in the East 8. Herndon, Virginia, I think. August 20th. No, wait.
August 22nd to 24th?
Hampton.
Hampton, Virginia, yes.
I got the wrong H town. Wrong H town. Hampton, Virginia. August 22nd to 24th. And let me tell you, if you're not there in person, I'd better see you in Twitch chat.
While we wait for them, I'm peering over at the left DDR cabinet.
Hey, speaking of tournaments, hey, tournaments.
Tournaments.
Did you know we got Redshift, Las Vegas, Nevada, Red Note Rhythm Games. Great place to be. Las Vegas is a great city. Red Note is a great venue. You like 5-panel games? We got tournaments for you. Pull up. It's going to be great. 2 events and 1 out of this world weekend. We'll see you there. And hey, on the subject of tournaments, from the people who brought you B-Hop Ball, B-Hop Ball, B-Hop Ball, and B-Hop Ball comes Dash Dance. We got platform fighters and we got dance games. Something from each of the big 4 right there for you. Early November, Gurney, Illinois, Great Wolf Lodge. We'll see you there. And if you're not into dance games, but you like... Just a moment ago, that is our last formal sponsor of the event. You know I got to shout out Arcade PvP Arena for everything they do at the Oakland Mall. You're in Michigan, you're nearby, pay them a visit. Great venue, great place. Owner's a great guy, appreciate the support on the stream. We love our sponsors. They're in the bottom right corner.
Yeah.
And of course, if you want to award our great Top Cut players, don't forget to check out !Maturino and donate to our prize pool. Let me tell you, when we first started this tournament, I was not even sure fourth place could afford a big double. But now, at a $350 prize pool, thanks to your generosity, everyone in this Top Cut is eating good.
Absolutely.
So if you'd like to see it grow, more than happy to see it. But very appreciative of those of you who have already donated and what you've provided.
Yeah, we thank you all for your donations and your support and tuning in to this StepManiaX tournament here at Midsummer Melody. And again, thank you to our sponsors as well as Round 1, Great Lakes Crossing. They've been very gracious to us. And to our event organizers, Hints and MCAT, for putting all of this together.
It's a wonderful evening here in Auburn Hills, Michigan, and I can't wait to see more good StepManiaX.
Yes, we are not done yet. But remember, this is a community effort, and we cannot just thank our EOs. We need to thank all of the other TOs, all of the volunteers that helped with setup for the streams, for just like the help desk.
And you know who else we can thank? You, viewers at home. Thank you for tuning in.
Absolutely. Thank you all so much. Yep, speaking of people involved with the B-Hop crew, looking over at DDR, I'm seeing Tuan's playing right now against Kid Sunny.
Of course, I hope those of you watching at home, you're going to keep it tuned here for our wonderful top 3 matches. We've got 2 or 3 more sets in store for you. But if you're interested in what else is going on here at Midsummer Melody, we still have DDR ongoing and the like. You go ahead and check out !Streams and take a look at the DDR streams and get caught up on what's going on there. We are on pace to finish relatively shortly for SMX, and once that is all said and done, we will gladly kick you back over to support the DDR scene in their tournament.
This is StepManiaX. Select the difficulty mode. Easy.
So that being said, we got a little bit of time. I think Paranoia Boy's probably tied up in pump, if I had to guess. We'll kick it back over to the free play cam.
Easy difficulty.
Right now you're seeing Mr. Audio Coaster card in. He's one of our volunteers and stream managers here at our event. He's done a great job holding down the fort when the SMX people are not available. Does a lot for the organization of our event and our little hangouts. Much love.
Come on, let's get this
Speaking of
stepping
Red
show
Note,
on.
Red Note! It's
And
Red Note
Vegas.
Mix.
Ready.
Look at how happy an AOP is. So that being said, we got a little bit of time before our next match, presumably, since we have switched over to free play. I'm going to go ahead and mute my end and get up for a bit, but you can bet as soon as our next match is up and ready, I'm back in here, and we're going to carry you through to the end of this tournament. Stop. Oh, wait. I might have spoken too soon. Paranoia Boy has entered my peripheral vision and the commentator camera. Yep.
Are you sure you want to quit?
So I think you know what that means. We're going to get a card draw.
I need an air horn.
All right, let me get our good old ddr.tools web browser up, so that way as soon as this draw is created, it will be able to show you, and you can see live the decision-making our players are made. Okay. The English language is very hard. When round one graciously provides you a $9 drink. You got like 70% of your big boss left, brother. You better get on that.
I'm working on it. I'm trying not to put it in the camera. But it's all good.
It's fine. They're going to cut out all the segments when the VODs go up anyway.
Fair enough. Big boss.
Hey. I know I'm done, but cheers.
Absolutely.
Cheers
It's all
to
good.
a great event.
An absolutely marvelous event.
All right, we got a draw. Let's get that up on stream. As you may be surprised to see, it is a little long. So I'm going to go ahead and hang on. What's the right way to do this? There we go. That's a good size.
That works.
So we are now into our top three, so we are going to see best of fives.
Oh my, it's already a spicy one.
All right, so Paranoia Boy with the Flight of the Bumblebee Protect T-Swag going for the Bleed Blue Protect. See what they get for the remainder of the set. Don't mind me as I get our main gameplay screen prepared for the occasion. All right, so we've taken Frozen Fire and July Redux out of the equation. Those are all very fair decisions to make, in my opinion. Frozen Fire is very, very difficult to time.
Very, very tricky patterns.
And July Redux is, what is it? It was one of the
Qualifiers.
suggested qualifiers for the event.
Make a selection.
So these players have a lot of experience, and I definitely think when you're going against an opponent as skilled and knowledgeable as Paranoia Boy is, it's probably best to keep anything that's been like suggested to play in recent memory off the table. Hey, Crab Rave.
I can't help but bop up and down in my seat. This song is just so catchy.
So let's see if there's any warm-up involved or if we're just going to go straight into it. All right. Number one, we got the names. DDR Tools has been having issues with that. We're doing our best. And then secondly, if you need a refresher on who's on comms for your top three cut, I'm Pilot. I'm joined by Snowstorm. I never really gave much thought to favorite song because I think chart kind of influences that too much. Although I do think Where Did You Go is probably my favorite addition to the game. I've been playing for 3 years and I have almost 3,000 APCs. So if you've been playing that long, you don't have that many, get on it.
I probably sped my way to about 1,940 something APCs ever since getting my cabinet in November.
Yeah, you've been putting in the work. You got a good chunk of hard already done. Good stuff. But yeah, so while they're warming up, I want to talk a little bit about some of the other songs you see in the card draw. We touched upon Flight of the Bumblebee. You saw that earlier today. Very stamina intensive 25. High BPM, mostly straightforward patterns, couple of breaks. Real exhausting though. Bleak Flute, a more techie 24. Lots of tricky patterns and footwork involved in that. Definitely very much up T-Swag's alley. T-Swag then went for Got the Rhythm. Another streamy, kind of challenging 24. It's got a couple of really difficult center panel patterns in the mix though. So I can easily see him going for that, as that's a good way to execution check Mr. Paranoia Boy. Paranoia Boy then going for Meant to Be, very straightforward. Quick switch heavy 23, but honestly one of the more lowball picks of the whole draw if you ask me. And then ending on Bewitched. Low BPM, bursty, a little bit of tech thrown in 22. So the lowest level in the draw, but a chart of respectable difficulty nonetheless.
Something going on.
Oh yes. We have a request for the stamina sauce. The stamina seasoning. I just saw a bottle of baby powder get handed over. You know, I cannot fault these players for opting for that, given the nature of this chart, and also, quite frankly, most of the set ahead of them.
I don't blame them either.
There's nothing wrong with applying a little bit directly to your shoe, off the pad, mind you.
Very much keep it off the pads.
Remember that direct application of those powders and other materials is not permitted at a round one environment. And also make sure to use a judicious amount. This is also a very step-heavy game in which you want to lift your feet and not slide. So you want to be very careful with your application. Or you can do what you want, but like, don't hurt yourself. Game one, Flight of the Bumblebee.
He's like picking up an early miss in the step jump patterns.
And yet he's in the lead. All right, he's going to trade back and forth. I think both players are not going to be putting all of their energy in this, given that this is front-loaded into the set. You got to have energy for the rest of the songs. Paranoia Boy has built out a respectable 2,000 or so point lead at this break at the halfway mark.
It's their only opportunity to catch their breath because it is about to be off to the races again right here.
Yeah, you can see see both players are not really playing perfectly. They're picking up errant off judgments and misses. You can definitely spend a lot of energy to hit this perfectly, but again, song 1 of the set, you gotta save some energy.
Paranoid Boy takes song 1.
High 98 is a very respectable score. T-Swag following behind with a 94. Granted, his yellow count is sizably larger, so that's probably the biggest contributor to the deficit, never mind the 11 misses. But you know, Paranoid Boys used to being in this position of having to play really intense stuff back-to-back, you know. He'll top 4 everything in an event if it's within his power.
Absolutely. I mentioned the story career for Paranoid Boy over the last couple of years, winning just about every tournament for the span of a year.
Yeah, you know, he was a consistent tournament winner. He was just winning event after event for SMX. Nowadays we have more viable competitors at the top level, but for a good while, at least a solid year or so, Paranoid Boy was the dominant tournament player. He showed up to an event, he got first. And being able to just rip a 25 like that on command, that's what you'd expect from a tournament winner. So let's see how he fares now on Bleep Loop, going back into T-Swag's preferred turn territory. Very clean so far from both players. Paranoid Boy still holding on to a slight lead. Coming now into this section, lots of these very challenging crossover bracket patterns involved. But light work for players of this caliber.
Both players very clean, very crisp steps. Here we go with the final run of foot switches.
Or you could cross it over like T-Swag is doing. Both players nailing that center panel run that's very challenging to hit. What can I say? Tony's just that good. He ends that with what looks like 2 perfects going by the score. 1. Wow.
That, I know where it was, that 30-second burst.
1 yellow boy at the lone 30 seconds.
That is an insane achievable.
Man, he got knocked into loser side by Hints, and his response is the one now that let's run it back.
Now we're going into Got the Rhythm by Fracas and Darwin. Personally, one of my favorite songs in the game. Very, like you said earlier, stamina heavy chart.
Yeah, lots of long drills. You'll sometimes see them referred to as towers for that reason. And in the back half, you're going to see these 16 runs that have all kinds of, at least each one of them, to my recollection, has some kind of center panel twist of difficulty mixed in. And, you know, those patterns are very difficult at 175 BPM. I mean, you've been seeing people make mistakes on those on things like Redshift all day in the 110 range. You add 65 BPM on top of that, that's hard. So let's see how this goes as we get into game 3.
Beautiful job.
Clean opening from Tony, you love to see it. T-Swag not far behind. All right, and here comes the funny center panel.
Paranoid Boy nails it.
Not done yet. And Paranoid
What?
Boy, perfect scores, got the rhythm in
kidding
tournament.
me?
Are you kidding me? That one?
Incredible.
He's got that rhythm.
The rhythm inside.
He's got that rhythm.
It feels so right. Wow. Absolute perfect combo by Paranoid Boy. Just insane.
Are you seeing this? You're just gonna do T-Swag like that? If man goes on the run of his life and you're gonna stunt on him with a 24 perfect?
I don't know what to say right now.
You
And
got the
this-
energy for that. You have to stare down. If you want to win this tournament, you have to win 2 cents against the hints. You're gonna spend your energy on that? You're making a statement.
This capacity crowd is going bonkers for this.
It's taking more energy to keep my jaw shut than it is to just leave it hanging after that one.
I'm still trying to keep my voice, but something like that, you can't help but scream. Oh my God, Paranoid Boy, what are you doing to us?
So in the very end of that chart, right? At the very end, you'll notice that there's, before the final set of drills, right? There are 4 16th runs that all incorporate a center panel somewhere in there. It is, in my opinion, the 3rd run, and that is the hardest one. And T-Swag, or no, Paranoid Boy got through that completely clean, and I'm like, oh, is he really gonna do it? Is he gonna do it? I didn't want to say anything.
Me either.
I didn't want to believe, lest I curse anything from indirect commentators curse.
Absolutely.
But boy, howdy, he did it. And I saw when he got through that phrase, I'm like, it's possible. And it happened. Granted,
That's high level. That is high level StepManiaX.
We're no strangers to perfect scores in tournament, but and especially crazy ones right at the very end. But I think a 24 in not grand finals is quite the impressive showing. So that being said, grand finals, card draw is up on deck. Let's see what we get.
So I know they haven't vetoed anything just yet, but this is still a very interesting, spicy set of songs here.
Yeah, Take Me Away is pretty milquetoast in comparison to everything else. And then I'd say Running in the 90s is straightforward. Nothing else in this draw is easy, if you will. Everything here is pretty saucy.
Yeah, especially look at something like Black Magic.
The Paranoid Boy is smiling, and Hints is making an expression of no. I think they're still deliberating over action order, so if you're watching at home and you're not familiar with how these tournaments work, the players take turns acting upon this randomly provided set of songs, and that is what determines when you play. So first and foremost, we're going to see a single song redraw, which has taken Black Magic out of the equation and put Falling in Love Wild 22 into the draw.
I honestly cannot blame them for taking Black Magic out. Just a lot of crazy twists in the 16th runs.
Not the kind of thing you want to necessarily start your set off with. It looks like everyone got distracted by DDR for a second. We're waiting for further action. And we got Paranoia Boy protecting Show You to start.
Okay.
Hints is contemplating another special action on his end.
And it sounds like he's redrawing on Take Me Away.
And replaces it with To Your Beat. And then after taking action, Hints has opted to protect Accelerate.
As well as Indignation.
Good pick, good pick. Very, very difficult 24. Paranoia Boy protects the other side. Ooh. All right, we got to see like Falling in Love go away, right? There's no way they leave a straightforward 22 on the table at Grand Finals. Yeah,
They got
Paranoia
rid of
Boy disposes of that immediately. Hints gets rid of running in the 90s. To Your Beat, you know, that's I think that's also fairly straightforward as far as 23s go, but I think it's a different beast than running in the 90s, which has like the same patterns repeated repetitiously. Nothing quite as straightforward as do something once and then do it again. So I think that's probably, once you take out Falling in Love, running in the 90s is probably the low ball of the draw after the redraws. And makes sense for them to kind of take out the coin flip accuracy based charts. To Your Beat's got some brackets, it's got some center, it's got some cheeky stuff in it. So I respect that decision a lot.
So again, this is the first draw and potentially the final draw.
Yes, so it's a double elimination tournament and Hints hasn't lost yet. So if Paranoia Boy wins this set, Hints isn't eliminated. And they go to another set to determine the winner. Winner takes all in that case. But hopefully what you see here, if you're rooting for Hints, you're hoping for a clean victory from his side and we don't see another set. You want to see Paranoia Boy win, he's got to conquer this one and then get another set going. Hints is retrieving his trusty towel. We'll get the crowd's attention and get going on Grand Finals.
And two of our lovely event organizers for StepManiaX have just returned to the tournament area. Well, one for now.
But yes, we've talked a lot about Paranoia Boy. In his matches at the moment, Hints hasn't been on the stage in a hot minute. So just to reintroduce, Hints is one of your event organizers here at Midsummer Melody. And he is one of the game's strongest players, I'd say. He has a couple of tournament wins under his belt. He's been playing real great. And I think right now he's looking to clutch out another win against Paranoia Boy. Get the run back he wants. right, both players are opting to warm up before we begin. So as soon as show you starts, that'll be the beginning of our grand finals.
Yeah, I know what you mean. The names are right. Smiley face.
All right, the half warm-up is done.
Hint's getting the pit crew from MCAT for a little bottle of Gatorade. Are we gonna see Hint's go for another warm-up, or are we gonna go straight in? I know it's tradition for the Winterside Grand Finalists to get 2 warm-ups, but if he's been playing, he's probably okay, and I think we're getting close to it. We're going straight into show you.
It's once again just testing out the sensitivity on the pads.
There's a fist bump. And now these players have fought their way through this top pool to make it the grand finals, and they're going to show you a game 1 right now. Yeah, show you includes a lot of twisty crossover patterns and these awkward syncopated swing bursts, and this crossover, both players nail that. Wow. A little bit of a break here. Paranoid Boy with a slight lead, probably just to the tune of a couple perfects.
Both players nailing the foot switches.
And we know before there's one crossover pattern to note. Here comes the most difficult burst of the chart. Both players hit it pretty clean, but in this outro, Paranoid Boy's got a slight lead. I don't think he's going to give that up easy.
He does not. He will take song 1.
Now the 99.8, aggressive 6-star to open up the set. Hint's not too far behind though, 13 yellow, a 99.4, very good score. All right, time for accelerate. What a banger. It's so good.
I like it a lot. The chart is pretty fun as well. Just all the
Yeah, good technical, very challenging 24 here. I know this is a favorite of Hint's, and I believe actually I think it was Love Arcade, he came within one note of a perfect score on this, so definitely I can see him making the protect on this. It's a well played, well traversed chart for him. Paranoia Boy's given a lot of thought to that speed mod. All right, we're getting into game 2.
There we go.
Hits taking the early lead coming into this little bit of a break, I'd say. Now going into more suspended runs.
Oh, the lead is blinking.
We got to stop coming up soon. We will see the score positioning there. That's about a 2 perfect difference in favor of Paranoia Boy. I think unfortunately for Hintz, he went a little early on one of those last bursts, and that's going to seal the deal. Both players picking up a hex, but Hintz ahead just by... Paranoia Boy takes that by 4 perfects, a little less than 100 points.
It was very neck and neck through all of the
I got
foot switches.
Audio coaster slipping into my ear, insinuating we might be looking at a bracket reset, but who knows? There's still room for a reverse sweep, as we are going into Hintz's other protecting this draw, Indignation.
So one of the slower 24s, but still very much one of the more technical 24s.
Oh yes. There is no chart in this game quite like Indignation. Wild. Some very intense matches over on DDR2, so if you hear the crowd screaming, it's probably that. Getting ready to go into game 3 here. Looks like we're getting started right away. Execution masterclass from both players.
We are neck and neck going into all of these 30-second runs.
Paranoia Boy is holding on to a slight lead here. That's a very relaxed section we just saw on the chart. I think Hintz is trending maybe just a little early overall, but there are some very difficult runs coming up here on the center panel.
But both players nail it. You're absolute perfect.
Wow.
And enough for Paranoia Boy to take it, and we have a bracket
reset. So, I mean, in terms of sets this tournament between these two, because they met in winners finals, Hintz took that set, Tony took this set. So it's now 1-1. Let's see who's going to take it all. We're going to wait for a new draw to come up. I don't know if these players have any actions or anything at the moment.
And nothing
We got
quite yet. They are gathering themselves right now.
one of our esteemed card draw operators, MCAT, is on the case. So let's see.
In the meantime, hope everybody at home is enjoying all of this insane StepManiaX action.
You may have to just do a generic draw. Don't enter the player name for a gold ring. Okay, if you can do it, get rock on video doubles. Oh, you have to hit enter. Okay, that's fine. Never mind.
So we should have the draw momentarily. They're currently deliberating over action order. And we have our set. Well, we have the pre-action set, so fairly low density, or low difficulty so far for a grand final set. I think we see a pocket pick coming in, so that should make things a little more interesting.
Have either player used their pocket pick yet?
Well, the pocket pick dialogue option is open on the card draw station, so
Okay.
I think Hintz is usually really good about saving his pocket pick for grand finals reset if applicable. So I can firmly believe Hintz is about to drop a spicy selection on us.
Oh, I heard Determinator.
I think that's our first 26 of the tournament with Hintz pocket picking Determinator.
Wow.
That's one way to start off a grand finals reset. While grand finals card draw was all smiles and grins and good times, these players look deathly serious running this card draw.
It sounds like Paranoia Boy is also using his pocket pick.
Saving the best for last. Oh, yes, yes. Beginning was brought up earlier. Yes. Sorry, I was occupied and not on comms. It was the very first thing that Snowstorm here filled me in on, and I promptly forgot it. But yeah, so our second 26th tournament, we had the beginning. And Paranoia Boy is pulling out the pink fuzzy bunny. So I'll go ahead and give my analyst opinion here. Pink Fuzzy Bunnies is a very strong pick if you're comfortable on it. Hintz, I think, most notably, absolutely ripped that chart to shreds at Winter Ball. So it's a bold pick, but I think Paranoid Boy thinks he can eke out in the moment. I agree with it. He also puts other side as his next protect. And Hints goes for William Tell. Hyper and Hanky Panky are off the table. So this is a brutal set.
This is a volcanic set.
It's going to start with some of the rawest stamina checks in the game. And it is slowly going to drift into timing difficulty. So I think Hints is going to get a quick pit crew before he begins. And I think we're going to get straight into it. These guys ought to be still warm. And now for the last ready for, well, I think it's probably going to be one of the last spells I will cast at the event. I cast the spell of incredible final set. I love that transition.
It's so beautiful and majestic.
At Midsummer Melody Quest for the Throne. Who's taking the throne today?
While we are waiting for the aforementioned pit crew, don't forget, we also still have other tournaments happening right now.
Exclamation point streams if you want to see what DDR is up to. But surely you're going to keep the dial tuned here to this extremely hype grand final reset that we're about to have, huh?
Absolutely. Please stay with us.
Judging by the direction in which Hints left the immediate vicinity, I imagine he is using the bathroom. And Meister G, yes, that is true. He did get 3-0'd and then brought it back in the reset. And both these players, they're tried and tested tournament winners. I believe either of them could do it. Hints has a protein bar, a Gatorade. Let's see if he has the drive and the ability to crush this grand final reset.
Yeah, speaking of Gatorade, let's take the opportunity to remind everybody to please stay hydrated, especially during your dance move sessions. It looks like we're going straight into it.
Indeed. So, song one, Determinator. The next 26 that we will see in this tournament, that is a sextuplet stream at around 147 BPM. You can think of that as about 16ths of the round, 224, I believe is how that calculation works out. So the Terminator has sections where you need to be hitting the pad fast. And I think the speed of this song is unmatched. It is probably, in terms of raw foot speed, top 5, and especially probably only second to Max 428 when it comes to sustained speed. Monstrous runs. As you can see here, Hintz knows his stuff. He's played on this cabinet before. He has that machine record, so certainly a pick I imagine he's feeling pretty confident in. A 96 is a great score on a chart this difficult. It should come as no surprise that these players are pulling out the stamina seasoning, baby powder once again.
Hintz is ready. Paranoia Boy is ready to the fist bump, and we are off.
All right.
Grand Finals bracket reset.
Buckle up for some serious speed in this game 1. Of course, we talk a lot about the bursts and the runs present in this chart, but there is an appreciable amount of difficult patterning all surrounding it. The Hintz picks up a very early, but we are far from having determined the outcome. All right, so we're going to start, after this little string buildup, we're going to start seeing some bursts.
Both players just so clean.
I think I counted 4 yellows in the burst. So Hintz is working on closing that gap to Paranoia Boy, and let's see what happens. A very long run at that speed is about to occur.
All right,
And
here we go.
we go.
Oh, Paranoia Boy got 1 miss in that run.
And he's still slightly ahead, which is very impressive. Hintz full combo the whole thing. But there's going to be one more run to account for here. But Hintz kind of falls apart in the last run. It's Paranoia Boy who closes it out with a 98.6. Wow.
Great job. But still, great job by Hintz to get the full combo. Now we move on to one of the fastest songs in the game. One of the most stamina draining songs in the game.
Yes, this runs at a blistering 211 BPM with a slowdown. It is, technically speaking, it's slower than the Terminator, but it's still pretty rough nonetheless. While the Terminator puts its peak difficulty right around the very middle of the chart, Pink Fuzzy Bunnies is very front-loaded. We are going to be off to the races very quickly with 16th at this speed. once again, Hinz is showing he's the local boss with that machine record. We did see, it was mentioned before, his tournament run in Ultimate Victory at Winter Ball this year. He had picked Pink Fuzzy Bunnies and absolutely crushed the opening, so he's got potential here. Let's see if it works out for him going into game 2. I'm sorry, Tony. What the hell? What the hell?
Just insane.
Okay. So Paranoia Boy, perfect combo at the intro, is holding on to a precarious lead. Yeah, Hinz picks up an early. He's shaking his head. He's not happy about that. You know you gotta clap. But yeah, so as you can see, after that opening run, you still have these bursts intermixed in with the other patterns, and then lots of step jumps. You want a jump, step, very draining pattern. These players are ready for it, though.
One more random slowdown. And back to it. Hinz walks off.
Yeah. At that point now, I think after picking up that miss, clawing back to victory is a difficult challenge. So he's going to concede that match, let Paranoia Boy finish playing it out.
We almost had a "what are you walking off for" moment.
He knows. He did that on purpose. He did it on purpose to be funny. Wow. A Hex Star on Pink Fuzzy Bunnies tournament is incredible. But while Hinz may not have necessarily kept pace on the really, really hard stuff, the remainder of this draw is all easier, in my opinion, than what we just saw. So let's see now if slowing it down, Hinz can kind of refine his accuracy and claw his way back, or if we got Tony claiming the throne for himself. I'm not going to mention the machine record this time. It doesn't seem like that's a good predictor of anything. Paranoia Boy's thinking real hard about his speed mod here. The deluxe model cabinet is not the preferred playing model for most of these players, so it is a little bit of an adjustment to play on a screen that is significantly larger and positioned a little bit closer than you would normally expect from a Dedicab. But let's get into game 3 here, going to the other side.
Paranoia Boy up 2-0. Can Hinz make the comeback?
Nice burst. This is a very difficult chart to get clean, and those bursts are really difficult, and those center panel patterns make it very hard to get this run clean. Paranoia by picking up some manner of off judgment. I didn't see what it was. Early or late. Giving Hinz a little bit of a lead to work with here coming into the halfway part. Now into this syncopated swing section. Hinz is doing it clean. You'll love to see it. going to close it out with a 6-star. Wow. As you can see, that chart is loaded with crazy technical patterns and those BPM gimmicks on top. Paranoid Boy a little cleaner on overall yellow count, but that early just did him in.
The nature of SMX scoring.
I know everyone loves to say that, but listen, if that were on EX alone, that would still be in Hits' favor. Let's be real.
True. Now we're going to William Tell. So nothing too heavy in the first half of this song. Lots of streams in the second half.
You're going to see very long drills coming into the very end. All right, here we go. Hold. That's very difficult to time. Can't blame Hits for going a little late there.
Here we are at the end of these gouts. We're about to start the drill streams. Very beautiful run by both players.
We're not quite done yet, though. You're going to see even more drills. Yeah, the beat on which the notes you're hitting change is a little awkward. It's not quite on the downbeat, so it's very difficult to time. But closing it
Paranoia
out.
Boy will take it!
Paranoia Boy is your Midsummer Melody Quest for the Throne StepManiaX Open champion with a single perfect on William Tell.
Wow.
You know, he really wanted to go for the second 24.
Congratulations to Paranoia Boy. And congratulations to Hints too. Very incredible performance. Very hype grand finals.
Oh yes. Yeah, Paranoia Boy just came alive. He made his way back up, made it through some of the hardest stuff in the game. Absolutely crushed it. And while it may not have been the result he ultimately wanted, Ken still did a great job. You know, he did take a first set off Tony, so he really threw the first punch, drew first blood.
Absolutely.
It really made a statement to start. So yes, it's been a great tournament so far. We're going to go ahead and kick it over to our awards ceremony momentarily.
goes to MCAT.
Your third place finisher, T-Swag. Your second place finisher, Hints. And Paranoia Boy, your recurring Midsummer Melody champion.
All hail the Paranoia Boy.
What a beautiful coronation ceremony.
There it is. Top 4 for StepManiaX here at Midsummer Melody Quest for the Throne.
Once again, congratulations to Paranoia Boy on his performance. Hints, T-Swag, and MCAT for their top 4 finish. And to all of our participants who made this tournament as great as it was.
Absolutely. It was a very fun experience.
All right. Just gonna go ahead, rotate the monitor a little. Take this here webcam, put it back up. So yeah, what a tournament.
That was a sight.
We
That was
saw
a beautiful sight.
a real strong show of talent from top to bottom at this event.
Yep, always great to see players from all over the country come out to participate in these events, show us what they're made of, and just bring awesome vibes to the environment.
Yeah, Great Lakes Crossing is a significant area, meeting community space for the Michigan scene and for dance games in general. And MCAT and Hints have put on a wonderful event along with the help from the other volunteers and staffers that we have. And very great to see its second iteration produce such a great tournament as we have here.
Absolutely. So once again, thank you to Hints and MCAT for putting all of this together, showing us, sharing with us their vision. And thank you to everybody who attended this event, everybody who tuned in. Oh yeah, absolutely.
All right,
So
well,
I'm going to go ahead and sign off myself. We're going to allow Jelly Slosh to come on and close things out. But it has been an absolute pleasure.
been a wonderful top cut with you.
Absolutely.
Thank you for
Always
commentating.
fun. So I will see y'all next time. Take care of yourselves.